welcome to my channel. And today we're here with a video that was requested for guys and girls Q&A questions. So I have a few questions from guys and questions from girls that I'll be asking, like the girls and the guys. So two different point of views. We'll see how it goes. What team want to go first, girls or guys?
Girls always win.
We're gonna introduce themselves, and we'll start with.
I'm Milda, and you can find me on Instagram at Shamilz. So that's S3HsMilz.
My name is Davidson, and you can find me here.
I'm Clarice.
And I'm Gael.
We're out here. Okay, so the first question, this guy, this male or whatever, he said, why do girls always play so hard to get when they know they want you?
Honestly, it's a rule of thumb, so I hear from like all of my girlfriends, like if you are too clingy and like showing too much attention, guys can get thrown off. That's the message that we get. And yeah, honestly, it's just about keeping your distance, so then the guy like kind of wants more of your attention.
In my opinion, I feel like girls play hard to get because we have a reputation to like keep in a way. So I don't know. I can't really explain it, but I feel like it's like just a reputation. We just have this type of reputation that we need to keep. So we make it a little harder for guys to approach us or whatever. So we kind of like to make the guy work.
Get used to it.
Yeah.
I like that. What do you guys look for in a girlfriend? Gail and Dave, what do you guys look for in a girlfriend?
I guess respect and trust. Easy stuff.
Easy stuff. Respect and trust.
As you said, respect and trust, that's the basic. And as we go older, we become more of what we actually want in a girl. And that's changed over times, age, and situations.
Nice. All right, now for the girls. Would you agree to split a bill if you went out like in a restaurant with a guy? Would you agree to split a bill? Yes. Why or why not?
Like on a first date or just like?
It just said, would you agree to split a bill if you were to go out with a man like at a restaurant?
No problem. Honestly, I've done it a lot of times, and I don't find that it's always the guy's job to pay for everything, because we're all on the same page, trying to make our money. I've also paid for like full dates out, so I have no problem with that. But it depends on the person for sure.
So I wouldn't mind splitting the bill, honestly. I wouldn't mind, like she said, like we're all out here trying to make money. At the end of the day, I feel like it should go both ways at the end of the day.
You can tell the truth now.
That's crazy.
Stop.
For me, honestly, I feel like if a guy asks me out, I'm not splitting no bill.
Oh, okay.
That's just me. If the guy asks me out, I'm not. You ask me out. That means you want to take me out. You want to pay. If the guy asks me out, be like, yo, man. Well, not anymore, but back in the days before I was married, if somebody asks me out, like if you want to go out to eat, don't expect me to split the bill. I'm gonna be looking at you, and if I do end up splitting that bill, and if it was you who asked me out, you won't hear from me anymore.
Circumstance, like how the date gets brought up. Like if it's a mutual thing that like you guys both want to go out, then it's different than like if a guy says I want to take you out. So it really depends on how.
But it feels awkward because like how like the waitress come and then like
Well, with e-transfer, you can make it like look different, or you can also split the bill because she'll never know. If you're just friends, like a guy friend to like his girlfriend, like actually friends, not dating. Fuck, this all sounds the same. But
But it's not the same.
no, it's not. But
That's
like,
Like especially now, I'm finding the guys are becoming more stingy. I don't know
They're
if
less romantic, I want to say.
No, we are becoming more feminism.
This dude just say they're becoming more feminine.
We believe that we are equal, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to be equal. No thanks.
But we are. Tell them, okay?
We're not equal.
Next
You're
question.
you're the man, and we're like it's for the girls. Why do guys expect the girl to make the first move?
Yeah, I don't know that.
I would say it's because girls play games. Because you
Okay.
play the first move,
Mhm.
and
I
then
think
they're just gonna
it
act
goes
around.
both ways for
Yeah.
that, for sure.
It
I think
does,
we
yeah.
both expect like the other person to make the first move.
I still think guys should make the first move, just to show. I don't know. 'Cause I mean, they're usually the one that should be more interested. But like, at the same time, some girls play games. They'll play hard to get, make it look like they're not interested, and then pull up to you a couple months later, like, oh, I thought you liked me, you know, like.
That's true.
That's my view.
There's also sometimes like hard to read, so we wanna be sure before we go for it. But it's not all guy that does that.
Mhm.
So would you guys agree that would you guys agree that you guys want the girls to make the move, or you guys want to make the move first?
It depends.
I would say I would want to make the move, but I mean, I'd want the response to be clear for once, you know.
So you don't want to make the move and the person like, whoa.
I mean, yeah, if they start playing games,
We're
they're
not
like,
there.
oh, I don't think so, blah blah blah, and then you get a response a couple times later, like, oh, actually, do you want to go on a date? You know, I was like, nah. If it's not direct, it won't work.
It won't work.
How do you guys feel about that?
I agree, but sometimes I'm in the same position as like the guy would be. Like I expect the guy to make the first move, and so like it's kind of confusing because you don't know if like you're expecting something from the guy, or like if you should pull a move, or if it's too early. Like there's always like that confusion unless it's like super obvious. So it really depends.
But I mean, because we want to see some things, and sometimes we see the things, and after we realize that was not that. So with time we realize it's not about what you see; it's more about like communication since the beginning, because the foundation of anything, that's like the most important thing.
But I feel like let's say like you chilling with a girl or whatever, and the girl make the move. The guys don't ever say no.
That's not true. That's not
That's
every
not
guy.
true
I
at
would
all.
say no.
I would say no too.
Do make moves.
So if you're not into a girl and she make a move, you gonna stop her?
Yeah.
Really?
If I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
That's a first.
That's the
Is it
first
good?
time I've
That's
heard
the
that.
first time I
If
heard
I'm not
it.
interested, of course. Also, if I have a girlfriend, by example, like,
So if you had a girlfriend, I say if you were chilling, if you have a girlfriend, you don't need to chill with another girl.
oh, okay.
Honestly, sometimes guys don't realize that they're coming off a little too strong, like to the girl. Like they think what they're doing, it's okay, but most girls like they don't like that where they just take it to the next level right away and not even think about like, oh, how she's gonna react to this. Maybe I should take it down a notch a little bit, you know.
But
Yeah.
But not everybody have time for that.
Girls, I feel like we girls like to be groomed. Like, it's. I just find like sometimes guys don't understand that. Even as a married woman, I find like guys don't understand that. Like, like girls like to be groomed. Like she said, sometimes I feel like guys are coming off a little bit too strong, and like they tend to like. I don't know if it's because from maybe previous relationship, maybe this had worked with the previous girl, so they think it's gonna work with the next girl when really like we're all not this, we're all not the same.
we're not
Like
the
we're
same.
different.
But sometimes we just don't want to play them anymore too, because if you're like, I don't know, it's like, when you know, come back, girl. I'll be here if I'm here, you know.
For sure, if a girl's interested in a guy will know for sure. There's no game about that. That's how I feel about this. Like there's no game. Like if a girl's interested in a guy, the guy will know. If a man is interested in a girl, the girl will know. Like if the person wants, like people like to keep the options all open too, right? If they're like, you know what, I'm not too sure about. He's really nice, but I'm not sure about him. But she's really nice, but I'm not really sure about. about her, I want to keep my options open, then that's when we have a problem. Guys, even if they know that a girl is like, they don't know where the girls stand, but you guys will still sleep with that person, no?
Why the girls do it too? I don't know. Next question.
Okay.
Fine. This is for the ladies. Do you find the men in Ottawa approachable?
No.
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 Out at a bar. Or
Yeah, if
something,
you're
but
out
that's
at a bar or a club, then it's easy, like it's so easy to approach. But other than that, in different environment, it's not the same.
Like, what do you mean, like in environment, like in school or
Like
in the street?
school, in
Like
the
bus.
everywhere
yeah.
but the club, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually we live in Ottawa, so there's winter here, so their hoodie's always on, and music is always in their ears,
In the ear,
and
yeah.
I don't even know people make eye contacts anymore.
I don't. It's like you look at me 2 seconds and you look away. It's like, okay, I guess there was nothing there.
Like, we live in like this thing where like if somebody come and talk to you, like you're like, man, I wonder what's this person intention, like why are they talking to me? Like I do this
Yeah.
all the time.
Me too. I
I'm
do
like,
that a
why is he
lot.
talking to me? Like, because you know, I'm sorry, but it's just guys just tend to like, they're like sometimes you guys always think like girls are flirting with you guys, and it's really not flirting. It's just somebody's being nice. But sometimes it goes off like, oh well, she was flirting with me, but it was, no, we're not flirting.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the double standard right there, you know?
I guess.
Because like I think men are also like being careful about like how do you guys see it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys think like that too, because the guy is being mad, now he's fighting, and sometimes you take it like even like too far. It's like saying like this guy is coming on too strong, but the guy is just saying nice. It's not only about like the men and other not approachable. It's about like the education that we have. It's like too sensitive right now. That's what I think, because in other cities it's different.
Well, yeah, in the States is different.
So-
Like in the States is way different.
Yeah,
like
100%.
here in Ottawa, like we just don't find. I've heard that a lot. Females have like said like men in Ottawa like they don't know what's going on. Like you guys, like men are not approachable, and you guys are. What's a turn off for guys? What's a turn off? What's a turn off like that females has like that turn you guys up? I guess. But the question is, what's a turn off?
Their wife doesn't match the actions.
The word, wow, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Word doesn't match actions.
It's like some guy will be like, I'm a good girl, but you see the or
I don't know about that.
I'm that type of girl.
But that's like when you say good girl, you would have to define what's a good girl. Like,
Yeah, but
and really, what's a
like-
bad girl though? Like I don't know.
What's a bad girl? It's like, okay, for like I'm gonna talk about like my point of view. It's like someone sleeping with everybody. I don't think that person is a bad person. It's just a choice that the person make in life. But if you come to me and you act like that's not the kind of person that you are, it's like if you're not like 100% with a person, that's what I think is bad. You can do anything you do with your life, but you gotta be like real with people.
So
You know?
basically, it's
Otherwise, you're
trust.
trying to play people. You know.
Like
Because-
honesty about who you are. And
Yeah, honest. It's not about like what are you doing. It's about like being honest about it.
Yeah.
Because like I wanna know you.
So what's a good girl to you?
A good guy is someone that is honest to me. Tell me 100% what it is. Maybe you're struggling with something and you think that maybe no guy will want you because of that. But maybe if you were honest about it, the white guy would come and actually help you with it. You know, sometimes girls are scared because men are not ready, and sometimes they are scared because they are too ready. I don't know if it's the
Okay.
word. It's the education that we get from society. It's not even from our parents. And sometimes it's like we are born from our parents. That's what I think. Like that's biologically we are born from our parents. But we are reborn if you're in religion, and you're reborn if you're at school. You're reborn if you're in society also. The way
Well,
that
yeah, you're a
society-
product of your environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, you're a product of your environment. Sometimes we say that we are not like that, we are not like them, but at the end we realize, oh crap, I was exactly like everybody else, you know?
So the question was, what's a turn off? So a turn off for you is a girl that's dishonest.
Yeah,
So somebody that's pretending to be somebody that they're not.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What's a turn off for you, Gail?
Confidence. A
Confidence?
lack of confidence. Lack of it.
Oh, the lack of it. So low
Yeah.
self-esteem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it causes a lot of problems in the future. Mostly lack of confidence, don't have too many friends,
Yeah,
It
that's
causes a lot of
big
jealousy in the future because that's usually what happens.
That's only one problem though.
Yeah, it's one problem, but it does.
It leads to
Yeah, it leads to a
other.
lot of problems.
So basically, if you find out a girl was insecure, you would have to back away.
Yeah.
Wow.
It depends on the level. I'm not gonna be extreme, like, because not everyone's fully like, everyone's always insecure about a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
it depends on what it is.
Okay. Usually, those things usually comes from like there's a source.
Yeah.
There's also
Mhm.
stress behind it.
Yeah, that comes from there. But it's when like I think the problem with that is when the person is not willing to like change. Like they're not willing to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's another problem because we all grew up with like we're insecure about our nose or our hair or our body type or whatever, but we don't let it consume us to the point where oh my god, like. But there's people that have like severe, Why do women spend so much time putting on makeup and act like they weren't putting a lot of makeup?
Honestly, it takes, I don't know, we take long because we really want the makeup to look nice. And not even just for people to see, but as well like when we're taking pictures, like you gotta check the flashback from like your foundation. You don't want your foundation to not look like the same color as the rest of your body, face, and stuff. So, but I'm not big on makeup, so it's rare that I wear makeup, honestly.
Yeah, like I feel the same way. If just there's a certain look that you're going for with the outfit, or you want your hair to be a certain way, or and like especially if it's somebody that you want to impress, so you don't want to look over the top, but you don't want to look like you didn't put effort into going out with the person. So it's always something. But I think it's because like females were more details than guys, so that's why like we always like put so much effort when we're going out. We want our nails done, want to get our lashes done, and sometimes guys just don't understand that. But
it takes a lot, especially on the eyebrows. You want one eyebrow to at least look like the twin sister of the other eyebrow.
Now, for the guys, does it really take that much of an effort to respond to a Snapchat or a text?
It depends on who it is.
Thanks.
So I guess this person, like, they just don't be responding. Does it really take that much of an effort? So do you guys respond to your Snap or your text?
Well, I do, but at the same time,
You say it depends.
It depends. When I say it depends on who it is, you know, maybe what like relationship you have with the person is like. If you really care, like responding like fast, it's showing that you actually care. But girls and guys, we both do.
Yeah, but I feel like guys, they will. I mean, I do it too. Like you look at the phone, you see the text message, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait a bit, like. So if you know like a girl is interested in you and they say like you're not really interested in that person and that person say, hey girl, or hey Dave, what's up, you know, I was just seeing how you were doing today or whatever, blah blah blah, would you make an effort to actually answer that text message, or would you, the fact that you know that this person is interested in you and you know you're not interested in that person, or you would not like answer?
It depends if the person is like a good person, or if the person is like not annoying, you should not be annoying about it, because like
I say if that person, you know that person is interested in you,
even if I'm not interested,
but you're not,
I'm saying that I
would you still respond to the text?
Yeah, I would still answer to it like
if you're not doing anything and you just would you?
I usually would respond it. Unless like this person really doesn't get the points, I would respond.
Or you would stop responding?
Yeah, I mean I would mention something like that I'm like not interested at all. If they don't get the point at that point, then
Why do women become grumpy and mean when they're on their periods?
Mood swings. Mood swings. They happen.
they happen, huh?
Yep.
It's not all females, but I would say majority of us do get grumpy because it's like your body's going through that transition, I guess. And sometimes guys don't understand that. And some of us actually get cramps when we have a lady friend and it's not the best feeling. It really isn't. And sometimes it just makes you mean. You don't know why you're mean, but you're just mean. You don't know why you're grumpy. This person said, I'm looking for my purpose partner, but I don't go out often. My social place is usually church, work, and occasional girls' night out. I often hear that your husband won't come to your door.
You gotta put
So
your foot
is
out
that
there.
true?
I mean,
It's true.
most cases, yes. If you don't find them at church, then you're gonna have a hard time. Mostly in Ottawa, it's not like the guys in the States like holler at you out of nowhere. So you're gonna have a hard time unless you party.
So you guys don't think somebody could find somebody at church or at
I mean,
work?
you could find someone at church, but it all depends on your church. Some churches do have a good age group for single people. Other churches,
Just don't.
the age gaps are just
Yeah.
super crazy, or there's just no single people. But I think you can find it at church, depending on.
I
where you
don't
go.
see a lot of guys at church anymore. And if they are there, like their social group is usually like something else. Like and maybe that's the problem that's within the church too, because they don't have enough like things to keep the young men's inside. Like the ones that usually do came like on Sundays or barely, if they do come for youth, after like a couple, if they're not super interested after like a couple of days or whatever, they'll bail. So for that person, I would say I don't think like church and work should just be like your one thing to find a guy, unless that's what you've been praying on and that's what you really want. But I think you should put yourself out there, like just put yourself out there and see, like when I say out there, like other places that you know that there are guys, I guess.
From my point of view, I would say like you meet the person you're supposed to meet anywhere, maybe in another country, like maybe like I don't think like you should go out like with that purpose in your head. I think the like where the place you really meet the person you're supposed to meet is like when you find yourself. It's like when you learn like to really like know yourself, because yeah, like physically it makes sense like what you are saying, but at the same time you could be partying and all of that. If you don't really know what you're looking for or who you are, it's gonna still be difficult to find someone.
Would you guys find like now the dating scene is harder, because like especially like people that are like this person, like she's like, you know, she's involved in church and stuff like that. I found like not maybe worldwide, but maybe like here in Canada and maybe like here in the Haitian community, like it's like it's hard for the young females that are in church to find somebody that match their, I would say that match them, like spiritually, or that match them on a certain level. Sometimes they're just not there, and sometimes like he said, the age group is just way too low, and you have these females that are already in their like 20s and their 30s, and like those, it's just like young boys, they're not young men. Like especially here, you're finding like a lot of girls are dating long distance. Either their man is in the state, or they're in Haiti, or the man is in Montreal or Toronto.
The state and I've been Haiti, and it's not different there. You know, it's like confusing because even
But there are guys here in Ottawa.
even girl in Haiti are saying that there is no boy in Haiti. So I don't
That's
think it's a question of places. It's just like the thing is like finding someone that to be with. That's very important, and I don't think people really take that seriously. And I think like even married people should like take that upon themselves to tell the young people the truth, because like sometimes they get to an age and all they want to do is get married, or like they want someone because I have that age I have to have like a boyfriend or a husband.
That's just a myth.
At the same time, that's because maybe if people that are married and regret it, or I'm not saying regret it, and they like that has learned a lesson, should talk to young people, advise them, and
I think it's
the best thing that
I
can
think
help
it's
them see things clearly.
I think it's parents too, because after you reach a certain age, like let's say you reach, like let's say a girl is 26, 27, especially like, you know, in our Haitian community, they'll be like, oh, so kile mba upoko meno monto meno, or they're like kind of, I wouldn't say they pressure them really, but they tend to, like, after you graduated, let's say college or university, they tend to expect you to bring somebody home to meet them. And sometimes it puts a lot of pressure on the young woman or the young man, because sometimes that person is not even talking to anybody, and sometimes they're not even like, nobody have, like, they just don't know. But because the whole myth with I have to be married by 25, 26, it's just a myth. I think the best age to be married is when you're actually at a mature state where you understand things.
Like a true Christian, I think the best way to find your husband or like your other part, it's like you gotta like focus on yourself, be the person that you wanna marry, and that's gonna attract the person that you want to marry. You don't know when you're gonna meet the person that.
So maybe
it's true.
The person might be a visitor.
Yeah, you
exactly.
Don't know. Maybe you're gonna like go and you're gonna travel somewhere. But the thing is, there is an issue. Like if you go, you're traveling, and you already have in your head you're gonna be looking for a man. There can be a big issue with that, because sometimes when we are so thirsty about something, it's like sometimes we like when we are not hungry anymore. That's when we realize the food was not tasting that good, you know.
Yeah. So for that person, I would say, like Dave mentioned, focus on yourself and focus on what you want, and travel. Like the best thing for young people to do right now is travel the world. Like if you're not married, you don't have kids, it's the best time to get to know your surrounding, get to know your environment, get to know places that you would want to get, because once you make it to that next level, which is being married, it gets harder, and like it's more money to travel with two people or to travel with your kids. So that's like the best advice I would say. What does it mean when a girl say I'm fine?
Honestly, it all depends on like how she says it, and it all depends on how much you know your partner. Because sometimes I'm fine just means that like everything's okay, but other times it's just hiding a lot of emotion behind it. So it all depends on how good you know your partner. If she says I'm fine in a specific tone, then you just gotta ask or just be there for her, and then wait till she talks.
Like sometimes when you say we're fine, sometimes we're all fine, but there are times when, like, I think it's all like he said, it's about the tone and how the person said it, or maybe if something had happened and you know like they're not fine, even if they say even if they say they're fine, but you know that person, you know that person to a certain level to know like, okay, she's lying about her being fine.
If you care to, you know.
If you care to know, because some people just like, okay, you're fine, okay, then you good.
But it's difficult to sometimes, because they'll be like, are you really fine? You try your best, and the person.
And sometimes that turns into an argument.
Yeah.
That's why I say sometimes you just be quiet and wait.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient.
Just be there for the person.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what the person needs.
Whenever they're ready, they'll come and talk.
Sometimes you have to be present without being present.
Yeah.
That's true.
Definitely.
Well, thank you for participating. This is Gail, this is Dave, this is Shamilda. Clarice had to step out. Thank you and have a good night. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. We're gonna have a part 2 of this video too, so stay tuned.